What's up, guys? So today is going to be Q&A. Ask some questions that you guys wanted to hear me answer from a forum I posted. I know many of you guys don't know who I am, especially on YouTube. But I figured I'd answer some questions from this forum, and they're just random questions. So other than that, let's see what you guys got. All right, so let me get to it here. Let's see here. Okay, the first question I got was, what is your favorite meal of the day? My favorite meal has to probably be lunch. The reason why is I feel like lunch is something that you can have literally any time. Through my whole life, I've pretty much worked just, odd hours from overnight to daytime to morning. So that whole meal time doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I eat when I'm hungry. So I figure lunch is probably the best one because you can eat it anytime. 10 a.m., 4 p.m., I don't know. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see what the next one is here. Who was the last person you had a good conversation with? Probably a friend of mine. I don't have too many friends. I talked to him for a little bit. I known him for a little bit, about 2 years off and on. But he was trying to pitch me one of those marketing schemes. It's a shame, but I wish the best for him. Let's see, what's the next one here? What is the last thing you bought? That would have to be probably this water. I stay hydrated now. A couple years ago, I never drank water, like ever. And I paid for that. So, be the lesson for me, drink a lot of water. Let's see what we got here. Okay. What is your morning routine? I really don't have one, other than brush my teeth, take a shower in the morning. Sometimes I take it at night, or eat something. Really, a lot of it is just checking the news and see what I got to do today. That really dictates how my morning goes. Okay, what's the next one here? Do you have any plans, vacation? I think he's asking, do you have any vacation plans coming up? No, not really. There's nowhere I really want to visit. I've seen mountains, I've seen oceans. Nothing I can think of. Maybe sometime in the future, but nothing right now. Let's see. What is your least favorite part of the day? Going outside. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm real white, so I never go outside. I'm a ghost. Let's see. Where do you currently live? Next question. How would you know if you're in love? Have you ever been in love before? Yeah, these are real random questions. Yeah, a few times. I think a lot of people try to dictate what love really is, but nobody really knows. I mean, I hear so many people like, I'm not in love. you know, that's not for me, or I've been in love, but yet, you know, all of a sudden next week their mind changes and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I said I'd never be in love, now I'm in love. So love is a weird thing. I don't think you can really define it. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's see. Okay. Who is the most famous person you've met? Nobody. I have met nobody yet. You know, I don't even know what I would do if I met a famous person. I mean, like, hey, nice to meet you. I don't know. I really haven't met any famous people. I've seen people in, you know, concerts and stuff like that. Yeah, but not really. Let's see here. What are you really passionate about in your videos? You know, a lot of my videos are just random things that I see. You know, like I always say, you know, don't take it to heart when I say, you know, you don't mean anything. You know, I just want you to understand that, you know, you have a mind, you're an individual, you can think for yourself. A lot of things I see are just people like sheep, you know, they flock to these groups and they hang on every word they say, you know, even though it's not right. And don't get me wrong, you know, if it's something you're passionate about and that you really maintain an idea with all these groups and that you see yourself in them, then fine, you know, that's what I say, you know, do what you want. But you know, from my perspective, you know, I'd like to see more people think for themselves, you know. You know, more people take everything with a grain of salt, basically. Let's see here. How would you describe yourself in one sentence? Oh man, that's a hard thing. That's like one of those school questions. Probably always learning. Very optimist. You know, I believe that everything in life can change any moment. You know, one day you're doing good, one day you're doing bad. You know, right now, and you know, my personal life, you know, I have some bad things going on, but you know, you just get through it. You know, I know that's hard to hear, but you know, it's the truth. You know, some days you're happy, some days you're sad. Let's see here. Do you ever go clubbing, or do you like staying at home all the time? For me, probably staying at home. I'm not a very sociable person. You know, I will for money, but you know, I've worked most of my life, and so I've never really had time to really do anything. In fact, when I was in high school, you know, I was that kid who was always alone in the library. Never really had any friends, more acquaintances. So, you know, I was really cool with people, but you know, never really having any friends. And then, you know, I got into working really early to provide for my family. And after that, you know, I've just been working all my life until now. You know, now I can kind of slow down a little bit. So it kind of had an effect on me where, that I was too tired to do anything, and then my mentality of being around people, I didn't really want to be around people. I just wanted to keep to myself because it was my time. Let's see here. All right. Do you have any goals in the future? Yeah, I'm very passionate about anything with technology, like everybody else, computer programming and stuff like that. That is something I definitely want to get into. I have a few years experience in the tech field. But as in this moment, still working for my bachelor's, and and that's a dream of mine, to get my bachelor's in the tech field. Let's see here. Do you want to live in a house? Not really. I guess it depends. I lived in a house, apartment. I feel like, a house, you have more freedom on what you want to do, but you also have more responsibility. If you guys never lived in a house, let me tell you, mowing lawns may seem simple, but try doing that every week. Would you rather be rich or good looking? I don't know. Does it really matter? I think it's very stereotypical. What really is good looking? Somebody good looking to me may be real ugly to you. So if I was rich and ugly, I may be ugly to some people, and then some people might think I'm gorgeous, so you never know. All right guys, so I'm gonna make a video part 2. I'm gonna be making 3 videos today, so it's gonna be part 1. I know you guys are mind blown right now, because nobody watched my videos, but this is from something else where I have a lot of people who talk to me and stuff like that, and I figured I'd answer their questions, and I would post this video on there and then post the same video on YouTube. So alright, I will meet you back in just a little bit for part 2.
Damn son, these bitches want some. Hey Freddy, can I no bitch you fucking dumb. Damn son, these bitches want some. Hey Freddy, can